Good evening and welcome to Starfury on Facebook Live. While we're currently undergoing lockdown and unable to run events, while we're not allowed to we have to be socially distanced during this COVID-19 pandemic, we've been doing a series of Facebook events so that people can still get their geek entertainment online while this has all been going on. Sadly, we haven't been able to run any events during 2020, any live events, but we have been doing a series of online events. We've had a series of updates. We've done a series of interviews with actors, all of which was for free. And we also did an event last month with Juliet Landau and the screening of her new film. We did an online event for that. So what I've been doing is we're going to be starting doing a series of quizzes to keep you guys entertained and keep you able to socialize, and so we can still get together virtually while lockdown's going on. And tonight we're having a superhero quiz. But firstly, I just wanted to say a big hello to everybody who's joining us, and also a big thank you also to everybody who's had to work during this pandemic, all the frontline workers, especially those in the NHS, but also the fire service, police, people who have to work in shops, litter collectors, and so forth. Everybody who's having to keep society going during these problems. A huge thank you to you all. Now, tonight we're going to be doing a special quiz. We also have next week we'll be having another event going on. We'll be doing a live interview with Deetjen Lackman, who many of you will know. She's been in so many extremely popular genre shows. She covers a lot of things. She started out in the TV series Dollhouse. She'd previously been on Neighbours, but then she went on to the Joss Whedon show Dollhouse. After that, she appeared in the American version of Being Human. She guest starred in Torchwood. She was on The 100. She's appeared in Supergirl, and more recently she's been appearing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she's just finished filming on the latest Jurassic World movie. So there's a lot for us to discuss with Deetjen, and if you look at the links, we've got the links on Twitter and our Facebook, but if you get one of the links, you'll be able to ask her questions if you want. Forward me questions and I'll be able to pose them to her. Going forward, we'll have more talks which will be done for free with actors online to keep you guys entertained. I'm going to be looking at doing an update in the next couple of weeks, a Facebook update. I was going to do it at the beginning of December, but I saw that Wales Comic Con's got an event, a virtual event going on, so I didn't want to clash with that. We've been doing refund for people who can't make our events because we've had to postpone them for next year. For people who can't make the events, we've been doing refund periods, and I was going to update people on that. We're going to look at starting the refund period next week, next Friday, for the Vampire Ball. I was going to start the Enchanted one then as well, but we're going to hold off on that for the minute, largely because it's looking like we're kind of like in an interesting moment of what's going on with the vaccine and where we stand in regards to this pandemic, as there's been 2 vaccines now confirmed, and it's looking like the Oxford vaccine is going to be go within the next 2 weeks as well. So over the next few weeks, we should get a very clear idea where we're going to stand with next year's events. So I think by January, I'm going to know for definite whether we're going to be able to go ahead with Enchanted or whether it has to be postponed again, because we'll have a good idea of how the vaccine is going to be implemented, which will hopefully get us out of this situation. I didn't want to start doing a refund period on Enchanted and then suddenly discover that I had to move the dates anyway. But if, on the other hand, it's not about the dates, if you can't attend the event simply because you're now financially hurt because you've been in furlough or other issues, then by all means, send me a refund request on that now. But we'll be looking at doing Enchanted and Survival refund periods for those sometime in January, because we'll have a really clear idea when we can start going ahead. I think we're pretty much set next year from the June events. I think we should be fine from then, but it's the events earlier than that. We should know in January how we stand, because at that point we're going to know where we are in terms of not just the virus, but how our government's going to do the rollout of it and how long it's going to take. But beyond that, as I said, we're just going to keep you until we can get back to running events, until we can start seeing each other and hanging out with each other at conventions, just looking at the moment on doing live events such as these over Facebook. Just before we get on to the quiz, now tonight we're doing a superhero quiz. We've been doing the Ultimates conventions, which cover Marvel and DC and comic book, TV and films. So I thought it'd be appropriate to do a superhero quiz for you guys. It's going to cover a whole range of superhero films and TV shows and comic films and TV shows based on comics and graphic novels. It'll be 5 rounds, and each round will consist of 10 questions. You answer the 10 questions, well, 50 questions in total. You can answer those online, and you have to get your answers in before noon tomorrow. And if you get your answers in before then, and I'll choose 3 winners. And some of the prizes we've got, Big Finish very kindly sent us a selection of Doctor Who audio CDs. We've got one with David Tennant and Catherine Tate there. We also have one with Sheridan Smith and Paul McGann, an 8th Doctor Who adventure, and we have a 3rd Doctor adventure. Of course, sadly, John Pertwee is no longer with us, but this one features Katie Manning and Richard Franklin. So we've got 3 of those to give away, Doctor Who audio CDs. If you want to be a bit entertained during lockdown, something to keep you busy, then why not have a look on the Big Finish website? They cover a lot of shows, not just Doctor Who. They cover Torchwood, they cover Blake Seven, they cover Stargate, they cover Judge Dredd, they cover a whole pile of things that are very, very good audios. We've also got a series of Supergirl and Flash, and also the Arrow season guides. And as well as that, if I can just get this stuff out, we'll also be giving away a Starfury pin badge. So first prize gets 2 tickets to the Ultimates event of their choice. So that could be either Ultimates Elseworlds, Ultimates Agents Assemble, or they could save it for Ultimates in 2022. The first prize will also get an Arrow, a Supergirl, and a Flash season guide. They'll get a David Tennant Doctor Who audio CD, and they'll get a Starfury pin. So there's a whole pile of stuff for the first prize. Second prize gets a Starfury pin. They get the Paul McGann Doctor Who audio CD, and they also get a Supergirl and a Flash season guide. And third prize gets the 3rd Doctor audio CD done by Big Finish. They get a Starfury pin badge, and they get an Arrow season guide. So it's a nice selection of prizes for the winners. So you get your answers in before 12 noon tomorrow, and then at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be back on Facebook here, Facebook Live from 4 o'clock tomorrow to announce the winners. Now, before we go on with the quiz, we've got a little trailer for one of our next events, which is very appropriate to go along with the theme of tonight's quiz, which is, of course, superheroes. And we have a superhero event coming up next June. Had to be postponed from this year. We've got a great selection of guests. So here's a trailer for our forthcoming event, Starfury Elseworlds, in which we will be celebrating the DC TV and cinematic universe. Because that's Starfury Elseworlds. That's taking place next June. It's our celebration of the. Oh, okay. Yep. I disappeared for a second there. So that's Starfury Elseworlds. That's our celebration of the DC universe. And that's taking place. Oh, sorry about that. That's a problem when you're doing a live event over the internet. Anything can go wrong. But yes, so that's Starfury Elseworlds, and that's going to be taking place next June at the Birmingham Hilton Hotel. I think we've got an incredible lineup. I think that's going to be a really great way to celebrate once this pandemic's over. So I hope you'll join us for Starfury Elseworlds. That's taking place next June. Now we're going to go straight now to the first round of the quiz. And the question is, we're going to be showing you 10 superheroes. You've got to name the superhero and the actor playing them. And at the end, there'll be a link. Now you make a note of that link. And when you've got all your questions across the 5 rounds, you use that link to be able to answer the questions. So you answer the questions online so we can choose the winner. So here's the first round. And 10 actors playing them. We want to know who are the superheroes and who are the actors playing them. If you take a note of the link at the end of each question and you go to that link, you can answer the questions there. Get them to us before 12 noon tomorrow, and you could win a prize at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Before we go on to the next round, we've got another trailer for you. More superhero action as we celebrate the Marvel Universe, and we'll be celebrating that next May at Starfury Ultimates Agents Assemble with a selection of guests from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., from The Gifted, from Guardians of the Galaxy, from Agent Carter, and hopefully other Marvel shows. So there you go. That's Starfury Agents Assemble. That's our celebration of the Marvel Universe taking place next May. Hope we see you along for that. Now, the next round, we're going to move on to round 2 of our superhero quiz. And this round, we're going to be dealing with supervillains. We're going to show you 10 supervillains. We want to know who that supervillain is and who the actor playing them is. So make a note of all of that. Make a note of the link at the end of it. Click on that link. Enter your answers there, and you could win a prize. So let's go straight on to round 2, supervillains. There you go. So that's round 2, which dealt with supervillains. We want to know who those supervillains were. We want to know who the actors playing them were. Use the link at the end of each round. Answer the questions with a chance to win a prize. Now, the next round, round 3, we've got 10 questions for you. It's not about heroes or villains. It's about teams. Team-ups are always very important for superheroes and supervillains. So we're going to show you 10 superhero teams. And you've got to identify what that superhero team is. Here we go, round 3. So there you go. That's 10 superhero teams. I need to know who they are. So make a note of that. You saw the link at the end. When we're done with all of this, you go to that link and let me know who those 10 superhero teams are, and you could possibly win a prize. So we're going to move on to round 4 now. Now, all superheroes, well, a lot of superheroes have a partner. They have a girlfriend, they have a boyfriend, they have some love interest who they've got to protect. So we're going to, next round, you have to identify who the superhero's love interest is and who the actor playing them is. On to round 4. So there you go. That's round 4. We want to know who the love interest of the superhero is, and we want to know who was playing them. So you tot up those answers, you use the link at the very end, and you could win a prize. Now, before we go on to the 5th and final round, we have another trailer for you. We have another convention next year for another show based on a comic book. And instead of merging it all together, or a whole pile of them, like we do at the Ultimates events, Lucifer gets his own convention. Lucifer is, of course, based on the DC Vertigo comic created by Neil Gaiman and was a spin-off from Sandman. And we've got most of the cast coming along. And here we have now a trailer for our Lucifer convention, Lux 2. So there you go. That's Lux 2, our second event for fans of Lucifer. We've got virtually the entire cast coming along to that event. It's going to be a really unique event. The event is pretty close to sold out. It would have sold a few months ago. We were down to 6 tickets. I've had to do a few refunds due to people who can't make the new dates because of COVID-19, which has meant we've now got about 50 or 60 tickets back on sale. So you still have a chance to be able to join us for Lux 2. I really don't think we will get the opportunity to have that many of the cast at one event again at a Starfury event. So you really don't want to miss out. That's going to be some incredible guest talks, an incredible opportunity for a group photo. So that's an event you really want to get your tickets for. And if you don't hurry up, you could miss out completely. Now we're going to move straight now on to round 5. This is the final round, and it's not a superhero round. We've kind of like diverged from the theme here, still keeping with comic books. What this round is you have to identify, let me know what the film or TV series is that is based on a comic book or graphic novel that didn't feature any superheroes. So we've got 10 films and TV series here. They're all based on a popular graphic novel or comic book series, but it's not one that featured any superheroes. Something a bit different from your usual comics. So here we go for our final round, and make sure to make a note of the link so you can answer all the questions online, get it to us before noon tomorrow, and therefore you've got a chance of winning some nice prizes. So here we go, round 5. So there you go. 10 films or TV series, all based on a graphic novel or comic. What were they? You got the link at the end. You've now got all 50 questions. Well, 10 questions from each 5 rounds. Get that off to us. Get the answers in before 12 noon tomorrow, and you could be one of our winners. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. to announce the winners. However, before we go, we got another little something to show you. Seeing as for a lot of you, I know that last night and this morning, it's been a sad time for you because after 15 years of Supernatural, the show has finally come to an end. So I know there's a lot of sad Supernatural fans out there. However, they should be happy they got 15 seasons. That's a lot more than a lot of other shows get. But, you know, we never thought it was going to end, but Supernatural has finally aired its final episode. And we have a little trailer to show you now for all the Supernatural fans out there. So there you go. That's Crossroads 3, our Supernatural celebration that's taking place September next year at the Hilton Hotel, Birmingham. We got 13 guests coming along to that. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing celebration for fans of Supernatural. The event had completely sold out. It was totally sold out. However, due to us moving the dates because of COVID-19, we've refunded a number of tickets and we've still got about 20 or 30 tickets left. So if you haven't got your tickets now, I really think the last few we've got will probably go in the next month or so. So you really don't want to miss out on this opportunity to celebrate Supernatural in the Starfury style. Now, in the meantime, you got to get your answers in. Use the link that we had at the end of each round. Send us your answers, even if you don't think you can get all of them. You might find that not everybody gets all of them. So it'll be the people who get the highest number that win the prizes. We've got some great prizes going. In the meantime, thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you all stay safe and well during this pandemic. May I recommend to you all, you should all check out on Netflix a show called Queen's Gambit. I've just been binged watched that. It's one of the best shows I've watched in a long time. But I'm going to head off now as I have a steak and a cigar waiting for me and my PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 has not disappointed. So if you've got one of those in the last day or so, you'll be having a great time like me. If you're somebody who got yourself one of the new Xboxes, you have my commiserations. In the meantime, I hope you all stay very safe and very well. And also during this pandemic, please remember to wear a mask. Whenever you go out, always wear a mask. I will be wearing, whenever I go out, I will be wearing my mask, as that is the way. So I'll always have this mask on whenever I go out to do some shopping during COVID-19. But in the meantime, I can't wait to see you all when we're back, hopefully next April with Enchanted and the other Starfury events we have going on. Hope I'll see you all back for then. Hopefully we'll be back to be able to giving each other hugs and hanging out with each other and partying like we do normally at a Starfury event. Stay safe and well. Please join us again next Friday when I'll be interviewing Deitch and Lackman. I'll also be looking to do another interview sometime in the next few weeks. I'll look to do another quiz next month, as well as an update on how we stand on Starfury events. But otherwise, have a good weekend and please stay safe and well. Thank you and good night.